Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My track guide for circuit the Lédenon in the FF1600. For this one I had to change my brake bias to 59%. I felt that it helped settle the car down a little bit more on the braking. So just a tip, let's get into the guide. For qualifying you want to be all the way on the right. We have to look at turn 1, 2, 3 and 4 as one big turn, because it's all about setting up for the exit out of turn 3 and 4. For turn 1 and 2 you want to stabilize the car as much as possible, both with the throttle and the brake. For the line you want to be close to both curbs, and you want to end up at the outside curb of turn 3 to open up turn 4 a lot more. The car will be sliding quite a lot through here, and it's really easy to lose the rear here. I cut as much of the inside curb as I can as possible, so you want to turn the car as early as you can onto the inside curb. My aim is to hit the curb on the inside for turn 4 with full throttle. So when I get onto the inside curb of turn 3, I'll go full throttle again. That will make the car understeer quite a lot. If you hit too much of the curb on the inside for turn 4, you've gone too early on the throttle. You can cut it quite a bit, just don't hit it too much. I'll go over to the left. You want to go a little bit over the line for turn 5 to open up the corner a bit more. My braking marker is this bush here on the right. Once I lose that out of my vision, I'll be on the brake and you will be braking hard. 90 to 95% brake pressure, and easing that off all the way to the curb, ending up in a little bit of trail braking. I'm getting into the curb at the first third of the corner, and once I'm at the curb I'll go full throttle again. The exit is uphill, so we'll have a bit more grip going out. Of course, use all of the room that is necessary for the exit. I'll bring the car over to the right. Again, we can put one set of wheels outside the white line. For turn 6, I don't have a clear braking marker, but if you run with the delta on, it's just about when the delta pops up, you need to brake. When we brake, we'll be braking to about 60% brake pressure. We do not want to lock up at any moment in this one. Going wide here can quickly get a 1x. I pretty much hold the brake pressure all the way to the curb on the inside. Of course, easing off as you get close. The curb is completely flat, so you are able to use it. Once we are on the curb, you'll go full throttle again. And of course, use all of the room available on the outside. Just remember to keep one set of wheels on the white line. Turn 7 is flat and cut that as much as you can. Turn 8, I'm not that brave, so I had to lift and I even went a little bit on the brake. Just a few percent and really quickly off it again. And when I got to the curb, I went full throttle and of course utilized all the room here on the outside. My braking marker for turn 9 is this drain here. Just before I get to that, I'll be hard on the brake. My peak brake pressure is about 90% brake pressure, with easing that off and of course trailing the brake all the way to the inside curb of turn 9. Once at the inside curb, you'll go full throttle again and use all of the necessary room on the outside. We're going uphill, so we have quite a lot of grip available to us. Bring the car over to the right. Turn 10 is blind, and that's really annoying. It's really hard to see when you have to turn in. And for this one, I cut the curb for turn 10 way too much. I prefer not to hit it, but in this one, it worked out. Once we're past the curb of turn 10, you want to be tracking all the way out to the right to use as much room as possible for turn 11. I have to lift off a tiny bit here. I went off the throttle when I hit the curb of turn 10, so I had to stabilize the car afterwards. Once you're fully on the outside curb for turn 11, then you want to go on the brake to a peak of about 55%. Once you leave the outside curb, you want to be trail braking all the way to the inside curb of turn 11. I prefer the late apex here, so I'm getting really late into the curb. Once I'm at the curb, I'll go full throttle again. And turn 12 is of course full throttle, or you want to cut the curb on the inside. 13 is also full throttle. Turn 14 is all about setting up the exit, because we have the longest straight just after it. There's no clear braking marker for turn 14. I try and brake 2 car lengths before the red and white curb, and with the initial hit I go to about 55% brake pressure. Once you clear the green part of the curb, I go to about 85% brake pressure, and that's because the green curb will unsettle the car quite a bit, and then you quickly ease it off all the way to the inside curb. Once we get to the inside curb, you'll go full throttle again. Again, because we're going uphill, we have a lot more grip available to us. Just remember to use the red and white curb here on the outside. Just quickly get back on the track, because the car will bottom out going up the hill. And now it's a drag race down to the line. And that's my lap around Lédenon in the FF1600 for a time of 1:26.2. I have more track guides for the FF1600 linked down below. Hopefully this guide helped you. If it did, leave a like down below. Consider subscribing as well. And now for the uninterrupted hot laps.